So be sure you have the ball nearby and also the magic circle as you lay down here on your back. And the roller will be lengthways down the mat. So we'll just start once you're down. Tail supported, hips supported, shoulders fall to the outer edges of your roller, arms are extended out to the side, and just roll a little bit from one side of the back to the other. You either think of your back like a plank here as you go from side to side, or you can curve your shoulders down and sort of drape your hip and your armpit down to one side of the roller and then to the other. Whichever feels best for you right now. Weight shifts from side to side through your feet. And then we'll come back to center here. And let's use the ball between your thighs, if you have it already. Narrow the feet into about 4 inches apart. And here we begin lifting the arms up and pushing the air in above your chest. And then exhale, pull the arms open slowly up and down, sink the back of your hands to the ground. And we rise on the inhale. And let the arms sink and release on the exhale. Work a little slow here. You want to feel the effort to lift the arms and also to prevent them from just falling into the ground. Lifting up, hug the air above you, and let it go, and the arms sink down, the weights hug the roller beneath your body, and one more like that. Take it down, slow it down as you approach the ground, and then we lift the arms up and point the fingers to the sky. Exhale, just let the shoulder blades melt underneath you. Inhale, the arms rise, the blades shrug up, and then exhale, and release it down. The weight of your head is supported, the neck is floating off the roller, just like your waistline is. Tail is heavy here, ribs are supported where they can touch. The arms stay straight as you lift the hands high, the blades follow up and around the curve of your ribs, and then sink the ribs down, let the blades fall down around your roller, and once more like that. Just hug the ball gently. You want to feel the inside of the thighs engage and also the connection to the inner foot into the mat. After the blades settle, turn the palms forward and lengthen the arms down each side for a double arm lower lift. The arms rise up to the ceiling and then stretch back. Yawn your arms back behind you. And then we reverse direction. The arms slide up and then exhale slowly down, landing on the mat, reaching out for your fingertips. We lift again. And then the blades slide towards your waist as the arms go back. And then reverse the direction. The arms land simultaneously on the floor. Going up again. And back. You may not get your arms all the way back. We're trying to hold the ribs steady and just keep the same height of the arch of your mid-back. As you work the arms, you're not really changing the spine, we're just trying to open up the chest. And actually, if you do keep the spine in its natural curves here, you'll end up getting more of a stretch in your back through your lats. And a little more work in the abs. Now bring your hands to your shoulders, and we pull the elbows in and up, and then exhale, circle wide around and down. Shrinking the shoulder blades here as we take those arms in circles. Your images right to left. Stretching the upper arm as we do this, and also stretching into your lats and your pecs. Complete the circle and reverse it. Every circle is a shorter inhale and a longer exhale, so the belly pulls deep at the end of the movement. You can adjust your timing to match the tempo of your breath. We're still thinking of a nice full breath in and a longer sustained exhale out. One more here. And we complete the circle and then reach the arms forward. The arms lengthen up and back by your ears, and then circle wide and around, palms to the side. The arms come down at the side, then turn the palms down. Arms reach up and then back. Circle forward and around. Palms down and lift again. Exhale all the way wide. Stretch out to the side walls. And now let's reverse. Palms up to circle out. The arms lift as they reach behind you. And exhale, push them forward in parallel. Turn the palms up and reach back again. Exhale completely. Always lift it forward with your arms. Inflate the lungs, inflate the ribs as the arms stretch back. And then everything settles down as the air leaves your lungs. And one more time. Forward and down here. Right, and then the diamond arms, thumbs connect, index fingers connect, elbows wide, and sweep that shape back over your face. And then slide the shape forward and float it over your abs. Going back here. And exhale forward. Try to let your body drape around the curve of the roller, be as steady as possible here, both with the weight of your torso, the parallel work of your arms, and the organization of the feet into the ground. We'll do one more of these. And then, while still gently hugging the ball with your legs, you're going to take our magic circles. And remember, you press into the heel of the hand on the handle, not into the fingers, not even into it's sort of the bones at the base of the fingers, but it's the heel of the hand. And lift the arms straight up to the ceiling, holding the roller between. We're going to squeeze from the upper arms, so you're pressing the upper arms into the chest wall to lightly, well, you're going to press as hard as you can, but it's barely going to move the circle into an oval and then release. So if you could keep up with the fingertips, particularly the thumb and the index finger, to avoid the elbow bending. Because what's going to happen is with the circle, because it's so difficult to press, it's very resistant with that steel inside of the circle, that we want to sort of naturally bend the elbows and push in to get a bigger appearance of strength. But we're going to extend with the arms up, the shoulder blades down, and then hug the upper arms towards you. So we really target those triceps and then slowly open. And now we can do the same thing with the legs. So as you squeeze the circle, squeeze the ball between your legs. And exhale, open here. And do that again. Because as you squeeze the arms around the circle, you're feeling that connection into the upper abdominals right below the chest. And release. Similarly, as you squeeze the ball between the thighs, you're going to feel the low abdominals, particularly the transverse abdominals, the deep one, engage here. And then you release everything at the same time. So we press in slowly and try to feel the increasing connection from your hands to the upper abs, the legs to the lower abs, and then open that gradually so that sensation of connection diminishes. And let's do it once more, pressing in, intensify the connection here. Be sure the elbows are straight. You reach back and out through the pinky finger, and then open the circle, open the ball. Now we're going to bend the arms, bring this in over your chest. And that just settles the shoulder blades down so you can then take the arms forward at a 45-degree angle. And again, we press here. So now there's more of the upper arm pressing into the side wall of your ribs and your chest. And then open slowly. And again, we can use the legs squeezing in as the arms squeeze in. Of course, the knees are bent and the arms are straight. You can feel the difference, right? If you let the elbows bend. It really takes a lot of the work out of the upper arm, which depending on your viewpoint right now might be something that you would like to do, but I recommend, we're not going to do this for very long, so really go forward, keep the elbows straight and reaching long through your fingertips. We'll do two more like this. Inhale, press, circle and ball, and then open them both. And one more time. And then open. Good. And then the elbows again. Maybe just roll the shoulders a little bit here. And now we're taking this circle low, just off the upper thighs. And maybe bend your elbows, wrap the arms around the side wall of your rib cage, and then we press again, and open, press here, and release. Imagine that you press into these toys, the ball and the magic circle, and you're pressing in as they gradually expand. So you create a little bit more resistance here into your work. The fingers reach further out across the room, the shoulders pull away from your ears as you squeeze and also release. And one more time. I can guarantee you'll feel this tomorrow, right? And here we're taking the circle, take it overhead, and we're going to take the circle pretty much vertical behind your head, like where a large halo would be. And then we take the two hands side by side, edge to edge, with the fingers pointing towards your head, the elbows up in the air and sort of close together, right? And we're going to push down so you work into your bicep there, and slowly release. That looks good. Everyone feel it? And the circle might be on a slight diagonal, so that it's perpendicular to the angle of your arm and your hand. Squeeze and press the ball between the legs, and then open the legs slowly as you slowly lift the arms up. Again, see if you can feel that connection here into the rib cage muscles as you push down with your arms, and then don't just release it, but work against the release as the arms come up slowly. And we'll do that again. With the connection into the tricep, into the lat, into the pecs, and then we're going to release, and one more time. Okay. And then here, let's take the ball out from between the legs, and we'll put the circle in between instead, so it'll be a little wider position through your knees. Be sure the circle is above the knees, below the pelvic girdle. You don't want it too close to the knee joint. And if you can narrow in a little bit. And now we're squeezing the circle with the legs and open slowly. Inhale to press in. Now as you push into the circle, the glutes are going to widen a little away from the sacrum. And then as you open, the muscles in the glutes sort of knit together back where they started. So we do that again. Pressing in. Exhale to release. And a couple more times. Just inhale to push. Narrow the circle to an oval. And exhale, open. Of course, legs are stronger than arms, so the circle has more give to the spring as you push in with more strength, but then open it slowly, try to find some resistance on the widening of the knees apart. And one more time like that, until we push in. See if you can feel the abdominal wall knit together while you do that, and then exhale. I'm so sorry, I think that's my accountant calling back. Press and release. And then one more time, press in and we hold. While we hold, take the exhale, the belly deepens. Inhale, squeeze a little harder. And exhale, now open the legs slowly. Inhale, press. Exhale, the navel to the spine. Inhale, squeeze harder. Exhale, now release. It's interesting, right? You feel like you have a second gear there. So we're going to push in. The navel drops as you exhale. Good with the breath. Inhale, squeeze more. And then exhale, open. And we'll do one more like that. Inhale, press in. Exhale, breathe out, and the belly deepens. Inhale, squeeze it again, a little bit harder. And exhale, slowly, slowly open. Good. And then we can take this out to the side. Here, just pull one knee into your chest. Squeeze it into your body. Maybe think of bringing the opposite hand to the knee and pull it in closer, where you find your balance with the standing foot and the contralateral arm here, elbow to the ground. And then we can release that foot back to the ground and the other arm back to the floor. And then here, pick up the second leg. The opposite hand reaches for it, pulls that in tight to the chest wall. I'm so sorry, my get that off. And forward and down. Okay, and then rock back and forth. "89-year-old mother, you always check when it rains the second time, right?" Yes. No, mom, just the accountant. So, I can wait. All right, so let's come to stand. Now we're gonna do a little bit more with the magic circle. Make sure you're not gonna step on your ball. And here we're taking this between the legs, above the ankle, below sort of the swell of the calf, and press in just a little bit. So as we stand here, we're going to, it looks like it's too high, right? It should go into like the curve below the widest part of the calf here. That's exactly, okay. So then shift your weight to one foot. The arms may want to go out to the side to help your balance, and hands just a little in front of your chest. Imagine holding the roller between your arms, kind of press it in. Find a focal point, straight ahead, and then inhale, squeeze, and release the circle. We inhale to press, and exhale to open slowly. Not all the way, of course, we have to keep control. Inhale, press in. We're trying to keep control, let's put it that way. Inhale, press in, slowly out and away. And do that again. One more time. So it is a little easier to balance if you don't lean away. Like you're not trying to find a plank with that extended leg. So actually have a little bit of bend here at your waist so that your spine is still more vertical. And then you'll find that a little easier to find your balance because it puts more weight on the inside of your standing leg. And then let's squeeze and come back to the other side. So you're gonna feel the inside of your foot, extend the arms like a tightrope walker would do that. And then we pull with the inner thigh and release. So we pull in and open slowly, like that up through your halo, find the length in your spine to sort of knit the muscles together, the connective tissue together around your body. You can also always like let your toes slide across the floor and out again if you want just a little bit more connection to help you. Soft gaze focal point is useful here. And we'll just do one more. And release, and then back on both feet. I know, we're still standing. Excellent job, right? Now we're going to rotate this a little bit so that your back leg is sort of perpendicular to the other one. And here you might need to go down and readjust this. Be sure you've got the cushioned bit on your legs. And then once you're up, we're going to shift the weight onto the back foot. Arms out again. And then you pull the front leg towards the back one, release it a little, and do that again. Inhale, pull, and release. Press, and release there. Do that again. One last one like that. Squeeze. This is the tricky bit, right? We're going to shift the weight forward onto the front foot. Lift to your back toes, and then lift the foot up if you can. And we're going to pull the back leg towards the front and away. Spread your toes into the ground. Breathe as you do it. And then we're back. All right, good. Now we have to do it on the opposite direction, right? So the leg that's forward now goes back. And the leg that was back now goes forward. Just take a moment to see if you are happy with the connection of your leg to the circle and vice versa. And then we're going to shift your weight back onto that back foot. Arms out again. And then we pull the front leg back and release it away. Inhale to pull, exhale to release. It's 2 more. One last one. Squeeze a little bit, shift your weight forward onto the front foot. Spread the foot into the ground, the other leg slides back gradually, opening a little up the hip, and lift the foot up. And again, here, press and open. Squeeze it in, release it out. Leave your foot melting into the ground with stabilizing foot here, the shoulders sliding down your back. One last one. Yes, great. And then back, and we can take the circle out. Oh, yes, that was incredible. We all did really well. Good job. Never sure when I do this if I'm actually going to be able to manage it. So anytime you're up there and you can do it even for one squeeze is a win, right? So now let's try holding the circle out in front of the body. So again, you have the circle at the heel of the hand. I'll just down with the feet a little apart. And then squeeze again from the armpit around the chest wall and then bring it open. Do it again. Arms are super straight. We're going to really open up the eye of the elbow and maybe even tipping the thumb and the finger slightly down. You feel that connection into your core. And then lower. Take it down here. Same thing. We did this horizontally. Now we're doing it vertically. Again, so squeeze in. And open. Take your time. See if the connection feels a little different while you're standing. I feel it like lower, like even down around my hips as I squeeze it. And then roll it back. Arms overhead and a little bit forward. They're not going to go directly above you. Reach out. Even when you straighten the arms, the eyes of the elbows rotate in sort of towards your face. And then we press and release. Press and release. Don't lean back with your chest, right? Think of dropping the sternum a little bit towards the abdominal wall, towards the navel. Good. One more like this. And now behind you. This is good. No one has to sit. So it's kind of like so, right? And when you squeeze, it's barely going to move. So don't think you're doing anything wrong. So just press in with the heel of the hand and open. Again, trying to reach the fingers to the floor. Where they have longer arms and a smaller squeeze, right? So you may have to take the magic circle like slightly back and away from you in order to keep the elbows straight. One more like that. And release. Okay, roll your shoulders, shake it out a minute. There's one, the last set we're doing is a balance set again. If you want, you can also go to the wall. This is a little more difficult to get in and out of. So we'll be standing on one foot, take this in front of you, and then you sort of hold it with one hand. You can pick the other leg up, and then it's a light connection of the foot to the circle. Whichever leg is lifted, try to put weight into that hip and into that side of your rib cage, so you're not leaning away over the other leg. Yep. And then this is a small press. Don't think you have to go big. You're just going to lightly push down a fraction and lift up. I think as you push down, you're going to taller up your central axis and then release. Good. Not too heavy, not too big a movement. Just enough that you know that you're working it. The issue is if you put too much weight in the foot, this is going to throw off your balance. So just have enough to control it and not lose it. Good. One more like that. Nice. All right, lower it down. Other side. Just square off your hips. Maybe swing your tail away from the side with the lifted leg. And then we inhale to press just a fraction. Exhale to pull it up. Yep. Eyes ahead. Don't try to look at the magic circle. Push. Release here. One last one. Really good. Lower it down. Big sigh of relief. Excellent job. Great. So we're going to use it for a roll up next. So we'll take it to the mat. And let's start sitting upright. You can hold the roller in front of you. And remember how we were discovering that as you push into the roller, you get that engagement into sort of the upper abdominals here. So you want to use that to your benefit. So hold it lightly. And then as you start to tuck your chin into your chest and roll back, we can lift this up. We're going to squeeze it lightly as we go down through the rib cage, shoulders, neck, and head. Release it as you stretch it behind you. So you're holding it, but you're not really pressing into it. So as you lift the arms up, weight in the shoulder blades, you lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and then exhale, squeeze it to help you engage the abdominals, to pull the body up off the ground. And then as you dive over your legs, you can sort of release the connection here. So we're trying to use this to the point of greatest exertion to press in and feel that connection to your abs, right? So we start rolling back. Light connection, you can take it up higher. And if you do that, you might want to squeeze so you have more control for the abdominals to work eccentrically to lower you down. As it goes overhead, you can release the tension, the pressure a little bit. Stretch along behind you. Lift the arms up, start squeezing it as you lift your head, neck, shoulders. Exhale, squeeze, and pull up. I feel like I always say it gives me a turbo boost here so that I can carry through the movement with a little bit more engagement, with a little more power, and then we're taking it back and get out through your feet in the opposite direction. Take the circle as high or as low as you can manage. When you press into it, see if you can feel the firming up of the abdominal wall. Go all the way back, release it now, and then start to lift to come up. Squeeze here, exhale, pull yourself forward, and then dive your head as if you're diving through the circle with your head. Stretch the body open, And then we're taking it back one last time. Plug it in with the inner arms connected to the heel of your hand to the circle. And last time to rise. Squeeze, big exhale, lift up, 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 and then bounce over your legs. All right, and then we can stack and come on up. Okay, so let's put it aside. We'll grab it there again into the single leg circles. Everyone would enjoy that now. How was that? You guys did great. Yeah, you felt it? So the magic circle was not necessarily designed just for a strength tool, but really as like an awareness and informational tool for the nervous system. So what's kind of funny now is like if you're even laying down on your back or you can sit upright, if you just extend the arms forward and widen the collarbones, squeeze an imaginary magic circle and see that you can feel that connection in where you're feeling it with the magic circle, right? Because in Pilates, one of the things we look for is the ability of people to connect their extremities to their core and vice versa. So this is something that really helps us learn to feel that connection all the time. Yeah, you guys know you've been doing this for a long time, some of you, and some of you still have learned the lesson already anyway, even if you're newer. So anyway, we're gonna go back down and now start the circle with the leg. So we'll place the band on the right foot, lift the foot up to the ceiling, and get the elbows down, reach up to the foot, into the sky, and first let's just do it. Inhale to point the foot, exhale to flex it, heel ball toe, working through the foot articulation, giving yourself that stretch and then release of your calf muscles. Of course, when you lift the heel, you can pull the leg back a little bit to feel the hamstring stretch, and then just point the foot, soft point, and we circle. Inhale across the body, and the leg goes low, out to the side, around and up to the ceiling, and reach again. Short, deep inhale, long exhale. Hold the pelvis steady on the ground here as we work. Drag it over, around, and up to the sky. Short inhale, long exhale. Pivoting here from the elbows. Let the upper arms assist you in holding the body quiet and calm on your mat. We pause and reverse. Left side heavy as the right leg moves to the right, and you sweep it long around and up to the sky. Draw the most beautiful circle you can in the air, but keep your body grounded here on your mat. You push the leg out a little further with every repetition, and you sink a little deeper into the mat with every single exhale. We'll do one last circle here, make it smooth. Hold yourself steady, and then come to the top. And now we'll take both ends of the band in the right hand and open the leg out to the side. Rock the leg back and forth here towards your shoulder. Left hip is grounded. Maybe have your hand on the hip bone to ensure that's true. And then we pull the leg up to the ceiling and switch hands on the strap. Take it across the body, extending the arm away from your chest. And then we'll pull that leg a little closer to the left armpit and rotate the right thigh internally to increase the stretch into the glute, into the low back. The right shoulder blade is sinking into the floor, stabilizing you here, and giving you more rotation through your waistline and into your spine. Exhale, we pull the hip down to lift the leg up, and then give the leg a little extra stretch. Pull the knee into your body and brace it in. The strap is off. Also pull that knee to the outside of the rib cage. And then across towards the left shoulder, just a little bit. So the angle of the leg changes the stretch you feel in that glute. And back to center, pull it centered to the chest wall. And then you can release that leg forward, stretch it out, shake it out. See how much tension you've taken out of that hip. and how much lower you feel dropping into the ground on your right side. And what's sort of wonderful about it too is if you release tension in any part of the body, you'll feel it everywhere. So even though the left side is a bit pushed up, notice how even your right shoulder blades, your right arm have dropped a little lower into the ground. You feel more connected there after releasing the right hip. So here we go with the left leg. We're going to pull it in and hug it in tight. And then we'll place that band around the left leg. And then when we lift the foot up to the ceiling, stretch it as high as you can and feel like healthy in the stretch. And then we do a point flex of the foot, rolling through heel ball and toe and toe ball and heel. Elbows slide down towards your hips, ensuring your neck is elongated. And then we point and get ready for your circle. Inhale, the left leg moves to the right, and then you sweep it down low. Exhaling, rotate your leg out to the left, and then high to the ceiling in neutral. So try to get the stretch across the lateral leg as you go across the body, across the inner thigh as you pull the leg out to the left, and then into the hamstring as you lift it up to the sky. And again, reach. You're pivoting here from the elbow so that you're trying to keep the wrist and the forearm in line with the leg, in line with the strap, and that will lessen the chance of you getting too much pull into the carpal tunnel at your wrist. We'll do one more circle like this. Come to the top at the end of the big exhale, and now reverse it out to the left and forward and around. So the right side gets anchored before the leg moves left, and the left side is anchored before the leg moves right. If you try to draw the biggest oval in the air that you can here, or circle, I guess it depends on where you're tight. And one last one. Short, deep inhale, long, slow exhale, come to the top. And then here, let's pull the leg back a bit, just a little extra stretch in that hamstring. And now the left hand will hold both ends of the band. Right side is heavy as you open the left leg out to the side and give it a little gentle bounce. That's in order to get the stretch to travel through just one line of your upper inner thigh. We'll hit sort of a broader area, stretching that out. And then here we'll exhale to lift the leg up. The right hand takes over the strap, and you extend your left arm out. Look at it. So your neck is also in rotation as you spiral the spine here, lifting the hip and reaching the leg for the far wall. You rotate it internally and then pull it back towards the shoulder. Get a stretch diagonally into the upper thigh, into the lower back, into the glute that works for you. And then we'll unwind the body, starting with the right shoulder, pull down to the waist, pull down to the left glute, the leg rises, and another hamstring stretch here. And then pull the knee in, the band up to the side. And just pull it in to the left chest first. And then to the side of the ribs, pulling it up and in towards the left armpit. The right hip is still grounded. And now pull with the right hand to bring the left knee up and towards the right armpit here. Maybe have a finger pushing down into the crease here between the leg and the pelvic girdle. Back to center, pull it in tight to the chest on that side. And then release that leg forward. Shake out both legs. You should feel a big difference here now through both hips. Strips the arms back. Open up the chest also. And then we're going to pull the right knee into your body and brace it in. And let's come up to your upright curl. Start the ab series here. Right hand to the ankle, left hand to the shin, right below the knee, left leg is long, looking down at your belly. Inhale, let's switch the legs. And exhale, switch again. One leg goes forward, one leg pulls tight into the chest. Move them deliberately along their own line. Foot reaches out, directly in front of the socket, that pulls in to the same line. We'll do one more set here. And with the left leg in, and pull the right leg to meet it, double leg stretch. So the arm and the legs lift, just circle the arms, embrace the knees into your chest, and reach again. Circle here. Reach up, reach out, pull it into center, and one last time like that. So pull it in, and then lower the head, lower the legs. We're doing scissors with your roller. We'll take the roller here under the hips, lift the hips up, and rest the scissors on your roller. Look up. You don't want to turn your head to the side once you're elevated here. And then we can pull the right knee in first, and then the left. Hold the roller in position, elbows wide, and pulling back with the hands, extend both legs up. And now let's bring the right leg forward, the left leg back. And inhale, switch your legs. And exhale, switch again. Looking for a stretch as the leg goes back in the hamstring, and a stretch as the leg goes forward across the front of the hip. We'll do that again. And then bring both legs up. While we're at it, we'll just bend the knees and do a little knee sway here. So bring the knees over to the right, turn your head in the other direction. Exhale, come back to center and to the other side, and look away from the knees. Shoulder stays down. Try to get a lot of rotation here through your waistline. And then one more time, over to the left with the knees, to the right with your gaze. Come back to center, and exhale to lower the feet down, lift your hips, the roller slides out from underneath you. Grab the ball, and then we're coming up to sitting. And then roll back for double leg lower lift with the feet between the with the feet around the ball, right at the arches. Okay, so we can extend the arms forward, start to roll back. Come to your upright curl, support your head, fold the knees in, and then lift the legs up to the ceiling. We push the legs forward and out. Only go as far as your belly can control that, and the back is still pressing towards the floor. And then lift it up high enough to feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Bend your knees if you need to, while still feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. So the head is being pulled up, the elbows are wrapped forward and slightly down. That way you pull the scapula apart and have a little bit more curve into the spine. Press it away. Only go in a range where you feel your back is secure, the belly is protecting it by getting tight, particularly with that exhale and the lift. We just do one more here like this. Squeeze from the inner thighs to hold the feet wrapped around the ball, and then pull it in and take that in your right hand side, the left leg reaches out, and here we go for the twist. Taking it over to one side and then over to the other. Keep coming forward and up. The leg still shoots out of the socket, forward across the ring to the wall, and you twist your body as you lift it, maybe just rolling across the tip of your blades here. When we're set, we end to the left. And then you roll back to center. Just hug the ball into the base of your sternum. And as you breathe, see if you can feel it lift and sink. So let's roll up to sitting. And we're going to use the magic circle for spine stretch. You may want to sit elevated up on a yoga block if you're feeling tight and your hamstrings are low back today. So here the legs will be wider than your mat, wider for sure than the magic circle. And then we're just starting sitting upright with a natural curve in the back and the heel of your hands on top of the pad here. The hands may be a little overlapped, like at the base, right? And first we're just going to lightly push down and lift the chest up, come into a little bit of thoracic and cervical extension. It's like a seated swan. And then we release out. Now we're going to pull the elbows wide, the fingers and the hands overlap. As you push down, you come up and over in a curve through the upper back. And then we're keeping that connection from the pressure of the hand into the magic circle, into the abdominal wall as you slowly stack your spine. The arms are going to lift gradually, and you fold it back. Pull you up as the belly releases. Press down, arms straight, lift the chest up. Release out now. And then we look down, and we start to curve out over and forward with the head as we push down. Get that connection from your hand to your arm to your abs. And then release that pressure a little bit at a time. So the abdominals release as you come up to vertical. Let me press down, like here. And release, and then one more time. Up, over, and down. Curve here. And then keep pressing on the left. Back to center. Okay. And we'll lay on our stomach using this for swan. Okay. So you'll be taking this up in front of you, the heel of your hands on top, and you'll probably be in a little bit of extension already with your hands here. Now the circle might be tipped a bit so that you can press down and towards you. Ears between arms, push down and lift the eyes and the chest forward and up. And then the elbows can bend as you go down. So you straighten the arms, you pull the heart forward, the legs come down your back. Lift up, feel the support of the circle. That spring gives you a little more lift than maybe we're used to. And then down again. Pull yourself forward and up. The arms go straight here. You're pressing the pelvic girdle into the floor and lifting up and away from it. And zip the front of your body into the ground as you go down. And one last one. And slowly release. Circle to the side. Sit back in child's pose. And your head, curl the tail under, stretch out your back. And stack your spine coming on up. All right, so we can use the circle also to help us with our teasers. So the same as we did for roll up, right? Because that press of the hand into that will give us the connection into our abs right under the chest. So this is a good time to practice coming up with the legs extended. So you take the legs out. Again, just reach the circle forward, go back down onto the mat. And then we can fold the knees in towards your chest. You're going up with the arms, and then as we lift the head, neck, and shoulders, squeeze the circle, extend the legs, come up, and balance on your sacrum. And then you can come back, you can fold the knees in as you roll yourself down, and the circle has to rise. So again, here, start rolling the circle, lift the head and chest, pull the legs forward, that helps you come up. And then we bring it back down, roll the spine down, curve out of it. Now, if this isn't working for you, right, you can practice the beginning part of it, which would just be holding your hands to the back of your legs, upper curl, extend the legs to rock forward and out, because this is like one of the beginning parts of this exercise with the circle. And then you can pull the knees in slowly as you curve the tail up, and try to keep your control through your core as you go down, rocking back slowly. The knees pull in. So I'll do that one more time. If you're playing it with the magic circle, you can still do that. But here you go. You lift up, you push the legs forward, you get the connection from your arms into your abs to come up and find your teaser. And then you bend the knees. Now it's important not to pull the knees in too fast because then you just fall backwards. But you find the control from your abs to go down, rocking back. And then as you come down, you have to pull the knees in a little bit at a time to bring yourself back in. Or again, you can do it with the magic circle, sort of the same exercise. So you bring your head up, you pull yourself forward. It's both the extra weight, but also the extra connection into your core that gets you there. And then we pull it back down. And just stretch the circle behind you. Now we're going to come up one more time so we can do like a roll-up version here, and then balance and teaser to do the circus performance part of this exercise. So we lift to come up, squeeze to come up, and now we're going to pull the knees in, curl the tail up, rock back onto your sacrum or just to the base of it, and then you pull the knees in and you slide your feet through the circle, pull the knees into your chest, lift the circle as you take the arms and legs away, coming back, the legs go through, you pull the knees into your chest, arms and legs lift, lower, be sure you keep that rounded low back, I know, right, it's so silly, and then lift, yes, and then here we are, and we're done. Well, we're done with that. We're done with everything. All right, so yeah, and one more thing we could do a little bit of the side leg series here. This is actually excellent for the legs. So we're gonna lay on our side and we're gonna it's a little difficult to get in and out of them. So you wanna start with your legs bent and you take the circle above the ankles here. So you sort of have to get into it with the legs almost parallel, like so. And then you can prop yourself up on your elbow. And then extend the legs out and slightly forward, maybe 10, 15 degrees away from the angle of your spine. Look straight ahead, and then we squeeze the circle down with the top leg and then bring it up slowly. Never letting go of a little bit of connection. You press in and slowly out and up. Do that again to press and exhale and find a little release. So now press, hold, and this is great. You're gonna have to press your top hand into the ground to help access your obliques. You lift both legs up. There's a tip of the hip that helps you, and then lower down. So your obliques are really helping you tilt the pelvis to lift the legs, and then bring them down, right? And then do that again. And one more time. Good. And now from here, we're going to pull the legs in, and now we take the circle outside of the legs, or the legs inside the circle. Press down with the bottom one, up with the top one, holding the circle steady and extend it out here. And now we bring the top leg up and release down. So we stretch the circle to a bit of an oval. This really fires up your glute medius and the lateral leg. Pull the circle apart, let it release, and one more time. Now the bottom leg stays firmly holding the circle vertical, and the top leg pulls out, comes on top, and presses down lightly. From here, the bottom leg lifts and lowers. It lifts and lowers. Up again, and then down. And one more time. Excellent. And then we're just going to hook it, bring it in, and we're going to the other side. So we start again with the circle between the legs, above the ankles, below the calf muscles. Well, you know, the part that is mainly visible. So below the swell of the calf, and then go ahead and lay down on your side. Holding it, extend the legs forward. And here we go. So we're going to press the circle down and then lift with control. Inhale to press and slowly up. Press in and release it. Press here and release one more time. And then we press with the hand, engage into the obliques to lift both legs up and both legs down. So holding the circle, try not to rock back onto the back of your bottom hip. Really try to stay right on your side seam as you go up and as you lower. We lift again and lower down. Do it once more and down. And then fold the legs in. We grab the circle and we're taking the legs through the circle here. Be sure you press into the padded bit. This is why if you decide to buy a circle, you want to always have it padded on the inside and outside of the circle itself. All right, so now the bottom leg pushes down, holds the circle in position, and we bring the top leg up and down. Again, knees are straight so that you really feel that work in the upper thigh muscle, in the side glute. Pull the circle into a slight oval, release out of it. You always keep a connection of the leg into the circle. Don't let it flop down. One more like that. And then the bottom leg is still steady. You thread the top leg out and on top. Now it's the top leg that's responsible. Just hold it enough to keep the circle vertical, and the bottom leg goes up and then down. Lifts and then lowers. Lifts and lowers here. You can probably feel that lower oblique as you do this. And one last one. Right. And then you get to push that away. Kick it to the side. Lay on your back for a second. Just stretch the legs forward and the arms back. Open up. You all did a great day, a great job today. This is a hard series to do. Excellent job on your balance. Thank you for trying everything crazy that I asked you to do. And we're done for today. But you can stay laying there. Don't feel like you need to lift.